Welcome to Toffee TV. It is your comments for Chelsea 2, Everton 1 in the Carabao Cup. We got your best comments from our after game YouTube videos, and here they are. Let's get straight into them. Daenerys Esca's best performance this season: fight, passion and pride. A fully fit McCarthy offers something no one else does. He's a tenacious, snide bastard. We play like that against most sides in the Premier League and we would more than likely come out on top provided we take our chances. Benny looked like a first team regular. Yeah, I think David Unsworth mentioned obviously McCarthy, and he mentioned Lennon after the game in what they offer that maybe some of the players don't offer, and they offer a press, and maybe that's something that Ronald Koeman wanted to use, but just didn't have certainly McCarthy fit. I think he had Lennon fit, but maybe didn't know how to use him, or wasn't willing to sacrifice other players for Lennon. But I think when it's a team ethic and you're looking past individuals, then that's where McCarthy and the likes of Lennon come in. Now listen, long term you want better players than them, but obviously in the short term, trying to turn the season round, we need players to be at it, and I think McCarthy played well for an hour last night, and we'll see whether Sunday he's ready to go again. Everton says we played like we were the home team at times. A very positive performance despite the result. Sacking Koeman has suddenly installed new life into the players, it seems. I wasn't sure about giving David Unsworth the job at first, but if he can get us to consistently produce performances like that regularly, then I'm all for giving him a shot as a permanent manager. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to see how he is after 2 or 3 games, and what if any if there's a turnaround, and whether it's not just the new manager bump, and whether it's actually tactical decisions being made by the manager or the temporary manager in this respect, and if that's making a positive positive inroad in our play. I mean, last night there was a lot of factors at play. New players coming into the side wanting to impress. Chelsea, a Chelsea team that wasn't obviously full strength. And there was lots of different things, and we were unfortunate last night. But I'm personally, I'm buoyed by last night's game, but I'm not using it as the template. I want to see the game against Leicester, the game against Watford, and see where we are after that, and see what are the performances like, and more importantly, have we ground out performances to win games. So it will install new life into some players, because they simply haven't been playing under the manager, or haven't been playing in their own position. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why it looked so different last night. Tang C says we played poor enough first half. We're much better in the second half and probably deserved to bring it to extra time. I would not play Jagielka and Williams in the same team, as both are too slow, and Keane will give us a little bit more pace and height. We badly need a left back and a striker in January, and with Coleman, Balassi and Barkley to come back soon, I can see Unsworth steady this ship. I for one hope Unsworth gets a crack at the job. I think Jagielka and Williams played last night because it was a league, it wasn't a league game. Michael Keane's looked short on confidence, and maybe it was a chance to give him a break, as it was a chance to give others a break as well. And I think what you get with Jagielka and Williams is that back to basics, no nonsense approach. But we'll need more than that. We'll need more than that if we want to climb up the table. I mean, I thought Jagielka and Williams did okay last night. I thought Jagielka did better than Williams, but I think you'd want Keane coming back in, because I think he's got that little bit of pace. If you want to play higher up the pitch, if you want to play pressing football, I think your back four has to be able to get up the pitch, and if you've got slow players, that doesn't really allow you to. So yeah, I mean, obviously Tank there's mentioned Coleman, Balassi, Barkley even coming back. I mean, you mentioned those 3 names coming into an Everton side. Suddenly an Everton side could look massively different. And you're right, we do need another left back, and we do massively importantly need a striker. So if you can add those ingredients to the team, then the team could look massively different. and pushes on. Nathaniel says, could easily have won it if we took our chances. Very impressed by Morales, Lennon and McCarthy, especially since they haven't played that much. Rooney shouldn't have started as a 9 and Kenny didn't play as well as he should have. That Jagielka clearance pretty much summed up our performance. Played like they cared. Yeah, I do agree with you on the Rooney situation. He's got to be told if he's playing as a number 9 to stay as a number 9. Otherwise he'll come out the side, and I think that's got to be made very clear to him. Kenny, I thought, got better as the game went on, and I take that as a massive positive, because with confidence the way it is, I think David Unsworth encouraged them and pushed them on, and I think you've seen second half the Kenny that you see playing for the under-23s getting up the right and getting it in into the box. We'll wait and see if that continues, but I think that David Unsworth will want his fullbacks being a lot more positive, and I think that's why he played last night. So, and you're right, they did play like they cared, which is a bit sad really. They should play every week like they care, but I think they believed in what they were doing last night. That was the most important thing. Mr. Dominic says, hard to know what to make of Chelsea's approach to the League Cup. None of these Champions League participants tend to take the competition too seriously, and there was something altogether fishy about Spurs' complacency against West Ham. I wouldn't read too much in our performance, except it's been a very valuable training session for us. Well, do you know what? I agree with you. I agree in terms of what Chelsea put into the game, but they had players that wanted to impress, and ours was none less a mix of a team as what theirs were. It wasn't like we were playing a full strength first team. We were playing a lot of kids and players coming back who hadn't played. So let's not take anything away from what Chelsea wanted to do, but there was players off the side. But it was, you're right, it was a very valuable training session in a way, but that will get that from what we've seen last night, apart from the result, that will help everyone. The players on the pitch, the players' confidence in the manager, the fans' confidence in the players and the manager. So although we got beat, it makes everyone feel a little bit more positive that we will be going in the right direction, and whether David Unsworth's in charge long term or short term, that there is confidence in him to do the job. And that's a massive thing. If the players don't have confidence in him, if the fans don't have confidence in him, then it's going to be made that much harder for him. And at the moment, I'm treating him very much like he's the temporary manager, and I think that's the best way to approach it, and that, you know, that's all it is for now, and we'll wait and see. Junior Golf Gear says, McCarthy working hard and running. This is the bare minimum that should be expected of a Premier League footballer. The kid is shite, and his problem is he doesn't get football and he runs everywhere like a headless chicken. Pay him off in January for me. Davis had as much running in him and is much better on the ball. So I'm so glad that he's come through, and we got Garner, because I'm getting bored of everyone loving McCarthy, and now we've seen he's actually shite when it comes to show how it should be done. Well, McCarthy wasn't shite last night, so let's just get rid of that. And McCarthy's blown hot and cold in his first season at Everton. He was absolutely amazing, and it all just seemed to go wrong at Wolfsburg when Martinez played him when he wasn't fit. And I don't know whether from that day on he's lost something in his game, or lost trust in his own body. But he's never been the same player since that night. He really hasn't. I thought he was fine last night. Listen, you need players on the pitch who are good on the ball and technically good, but you need players like McCarthy as well. And if you've got McCarthy and Garner playing in that role, and you were playing in a pressing style, then that's what you need. And sometimes players play for certain moments and a certain time and a certain, you know, you go back to the Dogs of War. You know, with those players individually, would they work in a side? No, because we'd seen them individually. But when you put them all together, when you put Barry Orne, Joe Parkinson and John Abdul all together, suddenly you had a unit. Hinchcliffe playing left midfield. Suddenly you had this unit all singing from the same hymn sheet, and it worked brilliantly, and it got us to a cup final, and it won us a cup, and it worked brilliantly. But if you separated those players, wouldn't work, really wouldn't. So maybe it's the little bit same for McCarthy. He's a cog He mightn't be a brilliant player, but he's a cog in a machine. It's how you get the best out of him. And I think that's how you have to approach it. He's not shite. I think his attitude has to be questioned at times. Going away and playing for Ireland when he's not being fit, and we've slagged him enough here. But if you can get a tune out of him, even if it's just for a small period, then that's what we need to do. Don't forget as well, when you go back to last year, the turning point of last year was the Arsenal game, and McCarthy was absolutely brilliant that night. And he played really well the next game against Liverpool and then got injured, and that was again sort of like his downfall. Once he got that injury against Liverpool, he's never really come back from that. Brian Markey says, much better performance from the lads, give me confidence that we will kick on for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, it's another loss and our chances of winning the trophy look slim now. Still haven't seen us win a trophy. But you know what? If there is a turn and we do kick on, then there's still the FA Cup. And who's to say an informed Everton team at the time can't go on and win it? So let's not all get doom and gloom. It's sad that we went out last night, but you know, if Koeman had still been in charge and gone down there with the same old, I think it'd actually been worse. But you know, yeah, it is another year where we're thinking we really want to win a trophy. Of course we do. Of course we do. Hilton Aquatic says, much better, but Rooney can't play up front. He knows he's our top. I know he's our top scorer, but he offers nothing. He's slow. He's not physical. There's no focal point, and he always comes back. Nias and Calvin Lewin were on for 10 minutes and created a goal. If Rooney keeps playing, then Nunzi won't get the job because he won't get the results. But I'm made up for the rest of them. That centre midfield looks absolutely brilliant and needs to play for us at the weekend. Benny, I don't think Benny will play for us at the weekend. I think obviously Garner will be back, but I think now he will be around the first team. Listen, you're right about Rooney. I said it. He can't play up front if he keeps coming back. He just can't. And I've said it before, if he's going to play up front, he needs to play up front with someone else, like a Nias and a Calvert-Lewin. Or he needs to play in midfield at the tip of a diamond. But he can't play up front if he keeps coming back, because it gives us no focal point, like you've mentioned there. It gives us nothing to go long to, it gives us nothing to aim to, it gives us no one to hold the ball up. And that's what you need, and that's what we've been crying out for all season, to be honest. Crying out for it. So I absolutely agree on that. Max Barlow says, better performance from the Blues. Bangamy looks an excellent player and is personally my man of the match. We look a fighting team. Hopefully we can get points in the upcoming fixtures until the international break, until we can get a manager in, hopefully Tuchel. Yeah, Bangamy had a great game and again grew in the game as he went on. A bit tentative at first, under hitting a few passes and keeping it very simple, but grew into the game. And yeah, he's one more knocking on the door now to try and get in the first team. Yeah, we've just got to hope we keep the performances going. As I said, last night's gone now, and it's all about the 2 Premier League games coming up, and we've got to keep that up, and we've got to translate that into points, because if we don't, then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's all about the points now. Niall Peckham says, this was so much better. The players are passionate, and we had a manager who was not afraid to go forward. Shame about the loss, but I can see us hammering Leicester on Sunday. I'm still torn between Tuchel and Unsworth. What do you think, Ped? I'm not got one name. I couldn't give you a name. There's Unsworth, there's Tuchel, there's even Sean Dyche, and I understand all of the arguments, all the pros and cons for all three of them. I don't really see anyone past those three, if I'm honest. They might pull something from the hat, but Tuchel would be very, very interesting. Let me just say that, very, very interesting to see how that would work. And having Klopp here as well in the City might just make that even more interesting. Yeah. So, listen, I'd love to see Tuchel in charge, but then again, I'd love to see Unsworth in charge, and it'd be a success. It would be amazing, you know, if Unsworth was in charge and it was a success. I think that would be absolutely amazing. The sad thing is, what if it wasn't a success? That would be the problem, wouldn't it? So, at the moment, I'm still torn. No real clear favourite for me yet, but we'll wait and see over the coming weeks. Jason Smart said, Unsworth said tonight, all this team with his team selection. I want energy and aggression and heart. All the boys did that and enjoyed watching it. The difference was unreal tonight. Just seeing the shape when Chelsea attacked so much better just proves when you have people telling you what to do, it's different to people expected it. Yeah, we had a shape. We looked better for having a shape. Players had been given instructions, were told what to do, and looked quite happy doing it. A lot more happy. And I think that's another thing. The players looked like they enjoyed playing the way last night, and it wasn't a scattergun. It wasn't just saying players told to, oh yeah, you play there, see what happens. There seemed like there'd been work done on it, and that was what, a day's work. Koeman's bemoaned the fact that he's had very little time, but Unsworth simplified it, and then we've seen the difference. William McGibbon said, headlines there tonight, we did very well. We can only get better and better by game. That Benny lad had a good game. I think Rooney needs to be a sub now, and he's quick enough. We need quicker players up the pitch. And Ped, what's with the suave haircut, you hipster? It's just my normal haircut. That's just, there's no, never mind my haircut. Why were people going on about my eyebrows everywhere I looked last night? People going on about my eyebrows. I'm not Olivier Giroud. I can't be kept all the time. Fucking hell. Leave me alone. And that's it. There are your comments for the Chelsea game. Thanks for everyone for leaving a comment, whether it be bad, good, indifferent, criticising hair, loving hair, eyebrows, etc. Thanks for getting in touch with us. We're very, very close to 20,000. In fact, we're about 6 away from getting 20,000 on YouTube. If you haven't subbed already, please do. What are you waiting for? It's a click of a button. If you have subbed, press the bell for alerts. And if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. I'll see you later.